Welcome back to part 2 of Matthew's 17th game of Jeopardy for the SNES, and we are almost finished with the Jeopardy round. And as you can just off the end of part 1, Matthew has a runaway lead right now of $4,700, and we're about to find out if he can get even more as we get ready to finish up this game. Matthew, back to you.
All right, let's do it. And the one thing that we didn't mention yet, we're now down to just 2 people because Mark had to sign off. So, as of right now, and speaking of 2 people, there are just 2 clues left on this board. And let's go with, and why don't you make the selection?
I see the $200 clue in the first category. What's the other clue?
British history for 500.
Let's take that one.
The answer is...
In 1936, this king uttered his last words. How is the empire? Oh, Rob is 400, Jenny is minus 100. And she's going to get herself out of the hole because it's George V.
I wouldn't have known that one.
So now Rob and Jenny are tied. We have one more clue from fashion for 200. Let's look at it.
The answer is...
Belted rainwear that's a favorite of fictional sleuths and spies.
The trench coat.
Yep. And I'm sure you're enjoying your nighttime, huh?
Yes, I am.
200 more for me, that takes me to 4,900. Jenny and Rob are tied at 400. So Rob gets to go first in Double Jeopardy. Let's see the categories for Double Jeopardy.
Categories.
They are religion, opera, rules, bodies of water, historic names, and 4-letter words. Should we take these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I know Mark is going to say, uh-oh, when he sees that opera category.
And we're starting with historic names for 200.
The answer is...
Landing on lake in 1944, he said, I have returned. Who is MacArthur?
And of course, Lake is a part of the Philippines.
Yes, it is. Historic names for 4. Well, looks like we found a daily double. Now 5,100. I think I'm gonna go for 700 on this clue. On this clue in 700. You okay with it?
Yeah.
Okay, 700 on historic names, and our clue is: supposedly descended from a gray wolf, this macho Mongol acquired his famous title in 1206.
This famous who?
Macho Mongol acquired his famous title in 1206.
Macho Mongol. If I were to guess, I would say Clark Gable.
Historic names. In 1206?
Clark Gable, it's my hunch.
Okay, well, we'll go with it. I doubt it's right, though. No. We lose a bit. It was Genghis Khan. We weren't even in the ballpark. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bodies of water for 200.
The answer is...
The Susquehanna, Rappahannock, and Potomac all flow into this bay. What is the Chesapeake?
That one was a fairly easy clue.
Yes. Bodies of water for 4.
The answer is...
The only Great Lake lying completely in the U.S.
Lake Michigan.
That's right, Lake Michigan. Yes. Bodies of water for 6.
The answer is...
The Gaza Strip lies along this body of water.
What's the Mediterranean see?
Well, let's see if it's right.
Yeah, there's nothing else it could really be.
Unless I spelt it wrong, this is right. And it is right.
Right!
Okay, why don't you select next?
Buddy, water for 800, please.
The answer is
The Chagres River supplies the water for the locks of this canal.
Panama Canal.
Yes. Let's finish out Buy's water for 1,000.
the answer is
The two straits separating Asia from European Turkey are the Bosphorus and this. Oh,
Dardanelles.
oh, Rob doesn't know it.
Right! The Bosphorus and the Dardanelles.
Dardanelle.
You know how to spell that?
Dardanelles.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm talking about.
Religion for 200.
the answer is
Most popular name in the Islamic world today.
Where's Muhammad?
Ugh, I hit the button too early and Rob took advantage of it. Yeah, you got it.
But at least you've got the big lead and he doesn't.
Yeah. Now it's opera for 200.
the answer is
Uh-oh.
Tosca was based on a play written for this great French actress of the late 1800s, Sarah Bernhardt.
I'm glad you knew that because I didn't.
She made her triumphant debut in Adrienne Lecouvreur.
I could just hear Martin saying right now, uh-oh guys, it's the dreaded opera category.
Oh, I misspelt it.
Uh-oh.
I misspelt it.
That's not.
Yeah, I forgot, and I said H-E-R-D-T instead of H-A-R-D-T.
Oh, okay.
Now it's rules for 200.
the answer is
The rules of Monopoly state that you win when this happens to all other players. They go bankrupt.
I know that happened to me once a few years back when I played Monopoly with my sister.
Oh. Well, I've never managed to finish the game.
It was the day before Christmas back in 2004. I remember that.
Wow. Rules for 4.
the answer is
The IRS says you must use this form if your taxable income is $50,000 or more. 401? No, 41040.
Oh.
And that gets Rob out of the hole. Now it's 4-letter words for 200.
the answer is
It can precede storm, Mary, or to the chief. Ugh!
Hell.
Oh no, Rob got in ahead of me. And he got it.
Oh well.
Historic names for 600.
the answer is
In 1869, she said, join the Union Girls and together say equal pay for equal work. Who is Susan B. Anthony?
To be honest, that was kind of my hunch too. Oh, I can't. But that's all it could be as far as I'm concerned.
It is Susan B. Anthony. Great. Historic names for 8.
the answer is
Reigning from 37 to 41 AD, he thought himself, Alexander, Caesar, and God. Caligula. Okay, so we're out to 1200. I've had a pretty comfortable gap so far. Rules for 600.
the answer is
According to the rules of lacrosse, they're the only players allowed to touch the ball with their hands. Ugh! I think it's the goalies.
You're right, it is.
Yep. Historic names 1000.
The answer is
First lady whose cousin Dorothy Dandridge was Patrick Henry's second wife.
Oh.
It was Martha Washington.
You want the honest truth?
You were thinking it.
That was kind of my hunch.
Rules 800.
the answer is
Robert's Rules of Order says you can withdraw one of these anytime before a vote without a second. A bet.
Oh, good.
Oh no, it's not a bet.
It isn't. Huh.
A motion.
Motion?
Apparently.
That's weird.
Rules 1000.
the answer is
In chess, the rook and these two pieces are the only ones that can move the entire length of the board in one move. Something in the bishop.
I think it's the king and the bishop.
No, it's the queen and the bishop.
Or the queen. That's right. As I mentioned, I do not play chess.
Myself, neither. 4-letter words 400.
the answer is
The triangle used to set up the balls in a pool game.
Correct.
Yep. It is a rack. Okay, why don't you select it?
How about what works with the cupboard?
the answer is
Melt. Ugh.
Oh, how about work with milk?
Thaw. What I was gonna say.
Oh.
Opera for 400.
the answer is
Gershwin spent time in this state, the setting of Porgy and Bess to get the opera's atmosphere right.
If I were to guess, I would say Georgia.
South Carolina.
I was in the right part of the state, but I picked the wrong state.
Yep. Opera 600.
the answer is
In Verdi's Otello, Iago is sung by a baritone and Otello by one of these. I was gonna say soprano, but I got beaten. No, it's a tenor. Alright. 4-letter words 800.
the answer is
Better get a clue soon. To the British, when followed by up, it's a verb meaning to make a phone call.
What is ring?
Ring?
Yeah, ring up.
Alright.